Okay, so we're preparing for a mix lab here. We've got a bunch of stuff coming in here, ready to mix. I can move the faders up, I can't hear it, I need to make it work. I go, okay, dude, maybe I should bring the stereo bus up, right? Turn it on. Oh, I do hear it. And I hear it because, by default, we usually use, the way the console by default is, I don't know if you can see that at all, but Omni 7 and 8 are going off to the control room monitors. Or they're usually going off to the, sorry, I should have said that all wrong. They're going off to the mains, right? Mains left, mains right. And now that we're in a little control room, where we're going to use those for left and right. The problem with that plan is about gain staging. You want to make a nice mix, right? You want to put your faders up near 0. God, it's going to be too loud in here. You want your faders up around unity gain, a nice happy gain staging mix, and you want, of course, the master fader to live up at 0. It is not good juju. It's bad feng shui for you to make this your control room pot and start monitoring down here so you don't destroy yourself in level while you're mixing in your mix lab. So what we want to do is put this guy at unity gain and use the monitor level pot to be our speaker control. This will also mean that when we print your mix over to Pro Tools, it'll be printed at a nice happy level, right? It won't be super low on the meters because you brought this down. So we got to engage this guy, the monitor pot. So to do that's pretty darn easy. There's a couple different ways to do it on the console. I'll show one way. Setup, output port, and ooh, we're looking at Dante. That's scary. We actually want to look at our slots, I believe. There we go. Now, we're looking at all kinds of complicated stuff, but if we find the Omnis outs, and sometimes you won't see Omnis down here, so you may have to move through here to find them. But if you find the Omni outs, this is the 8 Omni outs on the back of the desk. And it tells you what's patched into them. And I've got stereo left and stereo right are feeding Omni 7 and 8. We want to change that to monitor out left and right. So I click Omni 7. You see that? Are you close enough? Mm-hmm. And instead of being stereo left and right, I actually want it to be Moni left and right. So is monitor left and right? Do you want to undo it? What's their print? Yeah, I do. And I want right. Sorry. I need to click this again. Oop, I messed it all up, gentlemen and ladies and everyone else. I have to hit select. I messed this all up. I did not mess it up. See? Omni out 7 is Moni left. Omni out right is going to be Moni right. So now, what's cool about this is if this is all working right, I can get the stereo bus rocking, right? Not hear it at all, but I have a monitor pot. Oh, it's not working. Why is it not working? Well, it's probably not set up to have monitor fed from the stereo bus. So we're going to go into the monitor button. And this button right here, store select for the monitor. Let's select stereo left, right. When that's pressed, this thing defaults to the stereo bus, and we hear the mix. Oop, unless you solo something accidentally, but that was a good teaching moment. Solo will override that. So just as a side note, if you're doing monitors on this console, you don't want that pressed because you don't want the stereo bus to default to your Q wedge. So you turn that off if you're doing monitors, because when you're doing monitors, you only want the Q to go to the Q wedge. So just be aware of that little fun thing. But that's what you want for doing a mix lab, because now we can turn this down low and still have the stereo bus rocking in level. Excellent.